Hello and welcome to the Speakeasy live show. We are here at the Socal CC Expo in San Diego.
Amazing.
I'm here joined by my co-host Andrew Palladino, Stacy, bringing it in, and we got Big Tony over here on my right.
Hello and welcome, everybody.
So you guys got a chance to walk around a little bit. What'd you think so far?
It's a beautiful place they have here.
Yeah,
That's one thing I'll say.
The convention center is amazing.
Great setup.
This city is unspeakable. I have no words for it. I love San Diego.
Well, we gotta have words for it. It's a talk show.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm totally failing right now. But this CC Expo is really bringing business to the forefront.
Camus.
Oh,
Camus?
yeah. Tony definitely enjoyed the Camus last night here in the Gas Lab District. So thank you to the Gas Lab District for entertaining us last night.
Thank you, San Diego.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Stacy, you got to walk around. What'd you think of the booths and the exhibitors?
Well, basically, all the exhibitors that are here this weekend are amazing products, amazing people, and they're all doing it right for the cannabis community, and that's something that I absolutely can be always proud of.
Right on.
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed is there's a large degree of professionalism at this one. You know, we went out to the Chalice Cup a few weeks ago. We've been to a lot of different events, and, you know, everyone's a little different. Some are a little more recreationally focused, and some are a little more business focused. This event seems to be really focused on the business side of things.
And polished.
And especially Chris Clue, because there is no 215 at this event, but still the support and the people that are coming out here is amazing for this, for our community, for sure.
Yeah, for the people out there that are checking this out that are not down here, this is actually a non-smoking event. So people are still turning out in droves, and they're not allowed to smoke in here. So
and
that means we're doing great work.
And it just goes to show you that it's reflective of the pot business or the cannabis industry itself. I mean, you have more than just the average everyday smoker coming into this. With a CC Expo like this, you see businesses left and right, and there's products up and down the line that have, you know, your CBDs, your THCAs, all the things you're looking for that's out there in the industry now. So if you missed the SoCal CC Expo, you have to come next year or next 6 months when they have it. Or tomorrow. There's still tomorrow. I forgot. We're here 2 days.
August 6th and 7th.
Right?
Yeah, and actually there's seminars going on upstairs. They're actually presenting like different types of business models for people. And, you know, this is a great place if you're just trying to get into the industry and kind of learn the ropes. These are the kind of contacts you need to develop.
Highly informational.
See the products that are out there and everything like that.
Highly informational.
Any questions in the community, they will all be answered here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Exactly.
You know, we got a booth right in front of us. It's the CBD Living Water.
CBD Living Water.
CBD Living Water.
Keeping us hydrated on set. Beautiful company.
Love you, man.
Beautiful booth.
Love you,
And
man.
a big shout out to Speakeasy 710.
Oh, don't forget about them. Speakeasy 710 with the golden oil.
Come on down here and check us out at the Socal CC Expo in downtown San Diego at the Convention Center. We're right across the street from the Gas Lab District. Tons of great speakers that are going to be on stage. Tons of great products. I mean, this is the place to be if you have any interest at all in the cannabis community. Lots of great people, lots of great products. You know, Stacy, what do you think?
Any cannabis business question that you may have will be answered here.
Amen. How about you, Andrew Palladino?
If you need to find something for the cannabis industry, if you're interested in any specific product, there will be someone here to consult with or talk to that gets you started down the road.
There it is. How about you, Big Tony?
Wow, there's a lot of new businesses out here that I'd like to go check out. I think today I can't wait to get out and mingle it up and see what's going on.
Lots of great ideas, a lot of innovative people. So come on down, check us out here at the Socal CC Expo. And welcome back to the Speakeasy Live Show here from the Socal CC Expo. We've got my co-host here, Andrew Palladino, Big Tony, and of course, Benji Cooper with the news for you today. Benji, go ahead and tell us what the first news story of the day is.
All right, well, if you're a military veteran with PTSD and like to smoke cannabis, then you may want to talk to the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. The VA researchers in Arizona and Maryland are looking for 76 volunteer combat veterans to be tested in a new study for 12 weeks, with 4 of the subjects beginning each month between both sites. The entire study is expected to take around 2 years to complete. Subjects will be given 2 joints worth of cannabis to smoke each day to demonstrate to researchers how the plant might relieve symptoms of PTSD. Physician and study organizer Dr. Sue Sisley says, we're not arguing that cannabis is a cure, but our hypothesis is that it will at least reduce the symptoms. The ideal candidate will have a disability rating from the VA for combat-related PTSD, but otherwise be generally healthy. Those with traumatic brain injuries will be eligible to participate.
Eligible. I like that one.
And if you're interested in participating in the study in Arizona, you can email your information to arizona@marijuanasites.org. And in Baltimore, call 410-550-0050.
There you go. Well, I mean, we talk a lot about the PTSD issue, and it seems like this conversation keeps resonating that, PTSD and CBD go hand in hand. There's
Right.
a correlation there. There's a lot of research out there. And the more of this that keeps coming forward, the more likely we are to see, real, veracity and real test results that actually verify that this is something that's going to help veterans.
Absolutely. And this is the VA that's conducting this study.
Right.
So this is pretty big because
It's
they've been closed to the whole idea in the past. So this is them opening up at least a little bit to 76 combat veterans with PTSD.
And that's a federal government agency.
yes.
So
Is it the first 76? Because I'm sure there's probably a lot more than 76 applying right now.
Yes. Well, they're going to start with 76,
Finally.
and they're going to bring them in 4 at a time.
4 at a time.
And it's going to be a 2-year study that they're going to take to complete.
Finally,
the
they're
whole
going to
thing.
help our veterans.
I wish I served,
great.
because that way I could just get 2 joints for free every day.
Right?
Doesn't sound bad to
Pretty
me.
big
There you
price
go.
to pay
Just
for
find
2
a new-
joints.
new-
This is true. I don't want
Patient-
PTSD. Never mind. I
patient
said that.
deal.
That's my
yeah,
fault.
that's right.
You can get a new patient deal there.
right,
Just
what-
keep going from shop to shop.
What else do you have in the news today for us, Benji?
All right. Well, as of this week, licensed physicians in New South Wales, Australia, are now allowed to prescribe the use of medical cannabis to certain patients who need it. New South Wales Premier Mike Baird says people who are seriously ill should be able to access these medicines if they are the most appropriate step in their treatment. Under the new law, which went into effect August 1st, Australians with a prescription will be able to purchase cannabis in flower and oil forms from licensed medical cannabis outlets in the state. Previously, medical cannabis use in Australia had been limited to strictly controlled state trials, but changes made to laws earlier this year have allowed for its use outside of research trials, as long as a licensed physician believes it can help with their ailment.
Well, hey, there you go. Our neighbors to the south there are ready to go. I mean, Australia's been quite progressive in legalizing and working towards, the allowance of medical cannabis in their communities. So this is just another step in the right direction from down under.
Plus, I also think they're the ones that have ruderalis, right?
Yeah.
They have the other weed that no one ever gets.
Ruderalis is like it's a low THC, I believe high CBD.
Right.
I believe you can find it here in the United States too.
They're very
I think they
slim, though.
refer to it as ditchweed a lot of times.
Yeah, it's kind of side of the road.
I don't know that a lot of people are out seeking that, though.
No, but I would want to try the extract.
Yeah, and it may not be high in THC, and people might call it ditchweed, but it's going to be high in other things like CBD, which is
great.
Definitely beneficial.
That'll help you out, Big Tony.
I could use it right now.
You'll be calmer.
I'm using CBD living water.
There it is,
Yeah,
CBD
yeah.
living water.
CBD
What else
are
you got in
great.
the news for us today, Benji?
What's
All
that?
right. Well, after a bevy of public outcry, federal prosecutors have announced that they're dropping marijuana possession charges against a Native American teenager in the state of Oregon. A 19-year-old Devontre Thomas was caught with 1 gram of marijuana at Salem's Chemawa Indian School, which is operated by the Bureau of Indian Education, which is an arm of the federal government. Thomas was initially facing a year in prison for the 1 gram of marijuana he was caught with, but an agreement filed in federal court on Tuesday stipulates that if Thomas obeys the law and holds down a job for 60 days, the federal misdemeanor drug possession charges will be dropped. Public defender Ruben Iniguez says, I think it's a fair resolution in the case. I would sincerely hope that no one else, adult or minor, has to be faced with the same dilemma, the heavy hand of government.
A fair resolution? Wow.
I don't think that's fair, too. You're asking a stoner to hold down a job for 60
I was thinking
days.
the same thing. I mean, that's very unrealistic in and
Yeah,
of itself.
60 days, maybe like 2 weeks.
How about 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days. If I come back tomorrow, I should be off probation.
Those are some serious short-term goals right there.
Right. We're talking about 1 gram of marijuana.
and he was facing up to a year in
and he
prison
spills
for
that.
that 1 gram.
The federal government likes to go to the mattresses like this, though, right? When they find you, if you're in San Francisco and you have a joint, but you cross the Presidio and get pulled over at the wrong moment, you're going. Yeah. That's it. There's nothing you can do.
Just perched there waiting for you.
Yeah, like a hawk.
Yeah.
And they sit there and they just wait and they're like, oh, you have 1 gram? We'll take a year of your life. Yeah. Who does this?
I think at this point, if there's
Uncle
any
Sam.
of that kind of thing going on, it's last ditch. Get your kicks in while you can because the legalization, everything's coming.
Yeah. And we just want to prove a point that we can still stick it to you when we want to.
Right.
There it is.
That's what it sounds like.
But
Well,
thankfully,
brother.
this young man was able to get off with no punishment.
Relatively.
He
Just say
could
keep your
survive.
nose
Well,
clean
that's
and we're not
assuming
gonna
he gets
charge
through
you.
the 60 days of keeping a
Right.
job, okay?
That's not bad. All
He can come get hired at the Speakeasy live show.
Right, there you go.
We
All
got a
right.
spot for you.
Well, check it out. That was the news with Benji Cooper. We'll
Absolutely.
be right back with more of the Speakeasy live show.
Coming live from the Socal CC Expo.
That's it,
in
baby.
beautiful
forget
downtown San Diego.
Downtown San Diego. Thank you to all our sponsors. Speakeasy 710, CBD Living Water, all the good stuff.
We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the Speakeasy Live Show. We're broadcasting live from the Southern California CC Expo in downtown San Diego at the Convention Center. I'm back with my co-host, Big Tony down there at the end, Andrew Palladino, and our great guest, Heather Colodonato.
Heather.
California Canna Coalition.
All right.
Heather is actually here to talk to us a little bit today about what the California Canna Coalition is. So, Heather, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, appreciate you being here. Great convention so far, right?
Yeah, a lot of great stuff here and a lot of great people.
Yeah. Do you guys actually have a booth here today?
No, we're just kind of
Roaming
trolling
around?
around, doing the thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell our listeners what the California Canna Coalition is?
Well, it's a membership organization that I formed and founded based upon a need to serve the industry from dispensaries to distribution to cultivation, commercial, small, your micro brews, if you will, everything you can think of under the sun. My history is, I've been a chamber executive CEO for over 6 years, and with what I've watched with my fellow colleagues in the chamber industry, they haven't been very welcoming, if you will, to this industry.
Right.
And I
To say
thought,
the
well, shameful, because this is a business that needs to actually be embraced wholeheartedly, represented in every level. And with my advocacy and background in business, I thought, who better? Why not?
Right. It's been my experience that a lot of time the chambers of commerce and organizations like that tend to cater to more conservative business models.
Yeah, and
So-
I've gotten a little heat for it, but that's
I
okay.
bet.
I can handle it.
Yeah, good. So what do you guys specifically do with the chamber that, involves the cannabis industry, and how do you help them?
Well, depends on what the client needs specifically. I have dispensaries that have come asking for some help and support for connections and opportunities, finding solutions to maybe get individuals that might not be well for partnerships in their business, finding them new partners, new investors. I've got some major projects that I'm working with right now, master specific plans in multiple cities. In the Coachella Valley specifically right now. I've got another project I'm reviewing tomorrow in San Diego County.
Oh, right
and,
here. There
And
you
just
go.
trying to connect real investors with really good opportunities and vice versa. I've also had to vet a lot of individuals because there's some shady stuff too.
Oh, I bet.
Everybody says that they have money. Everybody says that you know what I mean? So you have to kind of vet them, weed them out, if you will.
Right. No pun intended.
And
None
make
there.
the,
Weed 'em out.
and if my reputation means a lot to me. So
Right.
if I'm going to make a recommendation or referral to do a good business connection, and I'm not talking about your usual chamber mixer with your free wine or whatever.
Right.
I'm talking about really getting some business done.
Right.
And that's at the core of who I am.
Now, do you help with lobbying efforts and things of that nature?
Yes.
So if someone wants to approach a city council and they want to enlist your services, you're the person to call?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we're working with several municipalities right now on rewriting their ordinances.
Oh, great.
We've got another city in the Coachella Valley specifically that we're working with that has actually had a couple of study sessions for at least allowing delivery service in their city, which is great.
Right.
We're working on the verbiage right now and trying to educate some of the municipalities that are going to allow for manufacturing extraction, and their language is a little questionable, and making sure that the industry is also represented, and that the council members that are making these decisions have a clear understanding on exactly what they're voting on, because they don't know what they're doing. I mean, one of the council members said to me, I thought it was just all rolling a joint and smoking a joint, and that's just it. What is all
a little
of
more
this?
complicated.
What is all of this? Yeah. So
do you find it that simple understanding the biggest problem between crossing municipalities and going from city to city? Is it really the laws, or is it the people that run into the most roadblocks for you?
It's both, and honestly, shamefully, it's a lot of greed right now.
Yeah.
And pricing everybody out of opportunity to really do a good, thriving business.
Yeah, because you can't start a cannabis business without money nowadays.
Oh my
Right.
God, no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a large undertaking, and a lot of people don't understand the infrastructure itself takes a lot to support. I mean, you got to pay payroll tax, you got workers' comp, especially if you're doing it right. I mean, it's like running a real business. So,
but not paying the same rate as a real other traditional
That's right,
business.
that's
So
right.
I mean, it's just offensive.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in Desert Hot Springs. You work with the city council there.
Yes.
Okay,
My
what-
office is located in Desert Hot Springs, but again, we go far beyond that.
Okay, and you help with the licensing process specifically out there, because I know they have legal collectives. and
Yes, they do.
everything. Yeah.
Yes, they do. I inform and educate and connect them with the right checklist. For example, I've got another client that I met with that is looking to come to the Coachella Valley, and I said, okay, what municipality you want to go to? Here's everything that you need to know. This is the checklist to go into business in Cathedral City. This is the checklist to go into business in Coachella. You want to go Desert Hot Springs? Here's the checklist here.
Right.
How can we help you expedite and actually have a very seamless process, and also hold those elected officials accountable to what they're saying they're going
Right.
to do, which is allowing the businesses to do business. So don't create any more hurdles or more red tape.
Right.
Yeah, and that's interesting because a lot of people need to have someone walk them through what the requirements are as they go city by city, and it's a lot different everywhere you go.
And I'm not here to negate the need for your legal counsel, because
of
I'm
course,
certainly
yeah.
not that. But you need
I don't
those
think
boots
that
on the
works.
ground, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, you do. I mean, it's important to have a contact in each municipality when you go in there, and someone that knows basically has their finger on the pulse.
Right.
Yeah. So, well,
From city staff
yes,
to the elected
exactly,
officials to the
exactly.
commissioners.
I was just
They,
gonna
they
say-
may
yeah.
love to hate me, but that's okay.
Right. And the truth is that, when they go into these cities, knowing the laws and understanding them is one part of the battle, but you still have to go through planning and get all your permits issued. So it's good to know everybody throughout the system. Go ahead.
So Heather, if someone needs to get in contact with you so they can check out this checklist, how do they find you?
Well, we have our website, which is the CaliforniaCannaCoalition.com.
Okay.
We also have our number is 844-222-1420.
All right.
844-122.
Nope, 844-222-1420.
844-222-1420. Everybody remembers the
Yeah. That's an easy number. Well, thank you to Heather Coladonato from the California Canna Coalition for coming on the show
Thank you for
today.
having me.
Thank you,
We'll
Heather.
be right back with more of the Speakeasy live show. Welcome back to the Speakeasy Live Show. We're broadcasting live from the Southern California CC Expo in downtown San Diego, right next to the Gas Lamp District at the Convention Center. We're joined back here now with my guest host, Andrew Palladino, and we have Shane and Bill from CBD Living Water, keeping us refreshed, and we're going to talk a little bit about CBD Living Water here briefly. Tell us a little bit about the water.
We have a cutting-edge product that we use a nanotechnology to make, so we get 100% bioavailability immediately whenever the consumer drinks it. Unlike a lot of the products that are out there right now that the body doesn't have the time to digest.
Okay.
So you lose about 80% of those products, where we wanted to make a product that was very effective.
Nice. Okay. And the CBD Living Water is distributed throughout the United States, globally, here in California. What's the market?
Right now, we're in the United States. We're working on going through the approval process to get into Canada.
Oh, nice.
Through
Okay.
Health Canada. We're working on the approval process into the UK. We're going to try to get it into the European market. And we're
All
just
right.
going through those processes right now.
Now, is this a product that the average consumer can go out and get at the local dispensary or at a local health food store, or do they have to go specifically to your website to find the product?
All three of those.
Okay, great.
We're definitely in a lot of the medical marijuana dispensaries across Colorado, California, Arizona, Oregon.
Are you in any of the legal dispensaries here in San Diego?
We absolutely are.
Okay, great.
We're into doctors' offices. We're getting into health spas, gyms.
Oh, great.
Just coffee shops. We're just really trying to expand to get into as many types of retail outlets as we possibly can.
That's great. I mean, obviously, cannabis is an emerging market, and the water has been so popular lately. And what's been the response from the average consumer?
They start with a bottle and they end up ordering a case.
Oh, that's great. That's what you're looking for, right?
That is absolutely what we're looking for.
All right. And, have you targeted any specific demographic? Are you looking for athletes? Are you looking for people with certain types of ailments? Or are you just looking for people that want to be better hydrated?
It's actually good for everybody.
Okay.
But our target market was really for children so that they weren't getting the psychoactive effects.
Oh, yeah.
Parents were really into that. Elders that were looking for medication so that they didn't, and they look into the cannabis industry. So we really wanted to get a product out there that didn't have the psychoactive effect to give a lot of different people a chance to move into a healthier alternative for medication.
Okay. Well, I've noticed that there's a lot more people getting into the cannabis water market. So what differentiates your product from everybody else out there?
Well, ours was formulated by doctors and scientists. It took several years to formulate. Not only do we have the CBD in it, but we have a CoQ10 and a D-ribose, so it's good for your heart, for your cell system.
Oh, great.
It's got a methyl B12, so you get the natural energy. And we use a nanotechnology to infuse it into the water so it's 100% bioavailable as soon as you consume it.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. I mean, if I'm trying to find this product online, what is the website?
CBDlivingwater.com.
All right. And is there Instagram, Facebook accounts? How can we reach you on social media?
Both of those.
Okay.
We're really reaching out and building those markets. Instagram's a great place to reach us. Facebook, obviously. And Twitter.
Okay, great. And obviously, if someone wants to order wholesale, you give discounts, everything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. And what's it like to work with this guy?
That's a great question.
Probably the best question, right?
It is. It's entertaining to say the least.
Okay,
I understand that CBD Living is also getting into a couple other products. You care to tease about what those things might be, or
give us a preview.
Yeah, we definitely have a chocolate bar that's coming out that'll be released here in the next 7 to 10 days.
Nice. Oh wow, there you go.
We've got CBD gummies that are coming
out.
Here
first.
We've got a syrup that's a sleep aid with melatonin in it, and a vape cartridge.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, hey, CBD Living Water branching off. Is it all going to be under the same logo, same name, or is it going to be branded differently?
Absolutely the same logo, same name.
Okay.
And like I said, those will be released here in the next 7 to 10 days.
All right. Well, stay tuned. Look out. They're coming out with a lot more amazing products. You've already got the greatest product on the market for those that want to drink CBD water. Now they're going to be launching some chocolates, vapes, other things. So keep an eye out for CBD Living Water and their expanding market of products that they're delivering to the cannabis consumer. Bill, thanks for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Appreciate it.
And Shane, thank you as well.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back with more Speakeasy Live show from the San Diego CC Expo in downtown San Diego. Welcome back to the Speakeasy Live show here at the San Diego CC Expo in downtown San Diego. We're here at the Convention Center live. I've got my host, Big Tony.
How you doing?
I've got Andrew Palladino over there with us. And joining us today on the set is Brandon. And he's going to tell us a little about the services that he offers people in the cannabis community for accounting. Now, believe it or not, it's actually really important because people in this industry don't have a lot of resources or a lot of knowledge when it comes to specific laws with regards to accounting and reporting taxes,
banking,
things of that nature, banking. And this gentleman is going to tell us all about how he saves everybody from that.
Wow. He can
So,
help me
Brandon,
out.
welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. You know, in the cannabis industry, the most difficult thing is everybody who starts businesses or starts growing them knows about 280E.
Okay, right. Tell us what 280 is.
280E is basically the the federal government's way of screwing everybody in the cannabis industry. Basically saying like there's a ton of expenses that you're not going to be able to write off when you file your taxes because you work in the cannabis industry.
Correct.
So my job is to come in and, basically take a look at the business and see what areas, you can split the business and what areas you can, cut taxes and actually write those expenses off.
Right. Okay.
Because, if the government's going to come after the cannabis industry, then, the cannabis industry has to start playing smart.
Right.
And dealing within the rules of the law, but at the same time, like not just bowing down and saying, okay, we're just not going to write everything off.
Right. Well, I know there was a case a while back in California. It was Olive v. Commissioner. And, after I read it, basically my advice to everybody, and I don't really do anything with taxes, is go hire a CPA, but good luck.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, there's, you have the accountants that have the CPAs that have no knowledge of the cannabis industry, and then you have the ones that don't want to touch it with the 10-foot pole because, there's still those ethical regulations with their licenses.
Right.
So whereas someone like me, I come in and I have a CPA on staff that helps me do the taxes.
Okay.
So that they can kind of have that plausible deniability.
Wow. Gotcha.
So
now, do you think that has a little bit to do with, a lot of people have established practices and they're just so used to the regiment of doing things with a rubber stamp, and now you come in and you've got this brand new emerging area, and it's probably very challenging for most CPAs to try and understand it and tackle the area.
Well, it's two things. It's that's one of them.
Okay.
I mean, I had to do about 12 hours worth of studying to really understand those specific laws. But the other thing
it only took Tony 6 hours, 2 hours.
But the other thing is from
10 steps, 3 paces, shovel, bury.
That's actually
You haven't heard this?
That's actually right, man.
Oh, it's great advice.
I got it. I picked it up from Pirate Bill.
There you go.
There we go.
Technique.
With a name like Big Tony, he's got some friends.
Big Tony knows everything.
You got to trust that he knows the right answers.
That's right.
No, but the second thing is the toughest thing about having a license, like a CPA license, is you have to follow certain ethical standards.
Right.
And still, because people are still afraid of the cannabis industry, the ethical standards are you can't partake in that type of tax accounting.
Right.
And so their biggest fear isn't so much that like, hey, we're not really sure we can learn this stuff, but it's we don't know if we go for licensing renewal, if the state's going to let us renew our license, because now we're in this kind of sketchy industry that people are still looking at
together in the marijuana industry.
Exactly.
Everybody always comes in and tells me, I've had a few CPAs that have told me the old story, and I don't know how much truth there is, but they say that a lot of this stuff came out of the Al Capone era, where, he actually was charged with tax evasion. And later on, after he had been incarcerated for some years, he had hired or established a connection with a lawyer and a CPA firm, and they went to try and go back because he had been penalized for all those back taxes, and they went to try and go back in and reduce all that by saying that he could claim all the expenses for running his mob enterprise for all those years. And the case actually went up through the court system, and the government said, hey, no, if you run this illegal type enterprise, we can tax you for every dollar you make, but all the bullets you fire and all the hitman contracts you pay off, none of that's getting written off.
Exactly.
So it's a double it's catch-22.
Well,
Can I write off my Molotov cocktail?
well, not only that, but you're also a
I bought
cash-basis
10
company.
new shovels.
Right.
And being a cash-basis company, I mean, it's a double whammy. You're in the industry, and you're a cash-basis company. If you don't have anyone on staff, or if you don't hire anybody that knows what they're doing from an accounting and finance standpoint, and knows how to handle all the IRS stuff that they throw at you, there's no wonder that 9 out of 10 cannabis businesses fail within their first year.
Right.
They get taxed so much by the IRS they can't afford it, and they go bankrupt.
How does someone find you if they want to enlist your services, Brandon?
They can find me online, www.jcmfinancial.com. or they can find me on LinkedIn, Brandon Morales. If they're connected to Josh
connected.
on Speakeasy, they can find me through LinkedIn.
Okay, great.
So-
Well, thanks for coming on the show, Brandon.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be right back with more of Speakeasy Live at the San Diego CC Expo in downtown San Diego. Woo! Welcome back to the Speakeasy Live show. We're down here live at the San Diego CC Expo in downtown San Diego at the Convention Center, just outside the Gas Lamp District. Welcome back with my co-host Andrew Palladino. Big Tony's in the house, and we are just about to shut things down for today. It's been a wonderful day here so far. A lot of great guests. Got some good interviews in. Got to hear Andrew comment on a few things.
Thank you, sir.
Which is always a blessing.
Awesome.
I just want to follow your lead.
Wow.
And Big Tony, as always,
Yeah.
keeping it real.
Keeping it real, keeping it nice. Super hungover.
Super
down
hungover.
here day one.
There you go. But he's got some great hangover
Yeah,
spray.
hangover spray is wonderful.
It might
we
even
have
have some CBD living water in it.
Might help.
There you go. So thank you again to all of our wonderful sponsors. Number one, CBD Living Water. Woo! Yeah. Love that company. We also would like to thank Speakeasy 710. We'd like to thank Apollo Sunrocks, Kaya Farms, of course,
Yeah.
and all the other wonderful people that are sponsoring us, like Weed Maps. There you
I
go.
love you guys.
One of the main hosts for the show.
Yep.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Weed
Didn't know I
Maps.
was wearing weed maps.
We are. We didn't
Right?
even know it.
Huh? What's that?
So thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll get some more interviews for you. Speakeasy Live show coming to you from the San Diego CC Convention in
Stay
downtown
smoking.
San Diego.
See you next time.
See ya.